Hi everybody, I'm Katie Ashley. I'm the Membership Support Coordinator at the Elko Area Chamber. Today I am at Naturopathy Lane with Michael Lane. Mike, do you have anything to announce or say before we jump in?
No, we're just continuing on.
Perfect, all right. So I'm going to start with my questions and then we'll go from there.
Go for it.
Can you tell us about the history of your business and how it got started?
So the history actually started about 30 years ago. I came home from Desert Storm and I was sitting around having breakfast with a bunch of my ham radio friends and, you know, big Belgian waffle and omelet, sausage. And one of my ham friends said, look, you need to slow down and eat better. You will feel better. He already knew, he was actually a World War II veteran. However, he was a U-boat commander in the German Navy. So Henry just said, hey, eat better and you'll feel better. Well, about 1999, I was diagnosed with complex PTSD. I've been having nightmares for years. And I asked the doctor, I don't like the way this stuff makes me feel. Is there something more natural I can do that doesn't make me feel like a zombie? Her mouth opened about that far, and the only thing I heard was cricket sounds. She actually did the cricket sounds. This was back in the 90s.
Yep.
Very nice gal, very knowledgeable, but when it came to natural medicine, just didn't know a lot. Mm-hmm. So I started doing the research, and about 2015, my ex-wife looked at me and said, why don't you get your doctorate in it? It's not that hard for you. Okay. So I started studying and doing my research, and then my research actually was a functional and integrated protocol to be used with PTSD and its associated comorbidities. So I got my doctorate last February. I took my boards in August, and here I am.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on getting your doctorate. That's awesome. I feel like, schooling is a step a lot of us go through, and continuing that process is...
Oh, it's not done. I'm currently getting my PhD in natural medicine.
Well, there you go. There's always a chance to continue learning, right? Mm-hmm. And to continue growing. So that's perfect. I love how you got started and everything. What inspired you to open it here?
Well, many of you know I'm my wife. Mm-hmm. And I was actually going to retire. Over outside of Austin, a little town called Kingston. I had a piece of property over there. I was teaching the CDL while I did finish my dissertation. I was just going to retire. Well, about 3 weeks after I met my wife, I ended up over here rather than Battle Mountain. And Pam has really been encouraging. Hey, you're doing your doctorate. Why don't you just do it here? Well, as everybody knows, we got married 6 months after we met, and here I am.
Here we are. Perfect. I know that you do kind of a wide range of things. So what services or products do you offer, and how are they unique?
I do herbal remedies, a lot of consultation. I do a lot of diets. Diet can... from keto, everybody, keto diet is the way to go. Well, no, your body has to have a way to deal with all the fats. So you have to supplement. There's a control there. So I do the consultations for it. I actually supply the diets and the supplements that are needed. I do such a wide, and then I'm finding that I'm doing such a wide range inside the metabolic disease area. So, cardiovascular issues, high blood pressure, dyslipidemia, cholesterol issues, type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, central obesity, these all fall in the metabolic disease area. And that's where I seem to be doing the most work.
Gotcha. All right. How has being a chamber member benefited your business? I know I've seen you at our networking events, but what do you think has helped or changed or anything?
Oh, it's helped me with, I mean, despite the doctorate, I'm not an expert in everything. You know, I do have the ability to go out and learn it, but there are just things I don't have time to learn. So they've given me a framework. You know, people that, you know, own other businesses, we kind of talk. And I kind of learned from their pitfalls, they learned from mine.
Absolutely. That's what this whole community is about, right? Is just working together and figuring out how we can be the best,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And so I love that you've been able to make those connections. What role do you see your business playing in the growth of the local economy?
Keeping the population healthier without, so there in natural medicine, we have a goal, one serious incident, and then you die. Yeah, we can't cheat death,
Right.
unfortunately. That'd be the hottest ticket in town.
You'd
But-
be very popular.
Yeah, I would, but there's another saying, and there's another adage that we live by, that an acute symptom turns into a chronic disease. So, like our current American diet gives us all kinds of calories, but not the nutrients to go with it. So, keeping the population healthier, education, actual on-the-ground treatments, you know, these are things that will help our population and hence the city.
Perfect. What challenges have you faced as a business owner and how did you overcome them?
There's a lot of them. On the regulatory side, I had patients up in Idaho. And this last summer they enacted a licensing requirement. Luckily, I met all their licensing requirements. I just had to put in for it, but there was a period of about 3 months between the time they started and the time I actually got my Idaho license, when I had to turn my back on quite a few patients. It was just, there was nothing I could do until I got my license.
Well, at least you were able to get over that hurdle. And
marketing around here is a unique hurdle. I'm finding that for my type of practice, just getting out and rubbing elbows is the best.
yeah, that face-to-face connection, and that really helps.
But it took a long journey to get to that conclusion.
Absolutely. What are your future goals for Naturopathy Lane, and where do you see it in 5 or 10 years?
In 5 or 10 years, I actually have a granddaughter that's interested in coming down this path. So what I will probably do is, as soon as she gets her doctorate degree and gets her board certifications, I'll probably just hand the reins over to her and retire.
That's nice though, and then you get to keep it in the family too, which is nice.
Yeah. In the meantime, I would like to I'd like to open offices in Wendover and Winnemucca, because I have patient bases in both.
In both. Perfect. How do you stay ahead of trends and changes in your industry?
Well, I just got a new toy.
Okay.
I got a self-hosted AI. It sits on the computer here in the office, and I wrote a script that it will look at all the major journals for me.
Cool.
So I can keep up with, and then give me a synopsis. Hey, here's the article, here's the link, and And I look at not just metabolic disease, type 2 diabetes, dyslipidemia, all the diseases. I also look at, as a master herbalist, I follow 30 herbs and 5 mushrooms. At a minimum, according to the American Herbalist Guild standards, I follow about 90. That's why you see a lot of blog posts on my Facebook page right now, is because I'm putting them all up. I'm doing the case studies and just putting them all up.
Cool.
But that AI will go out and search all that stuff for me and give me the latest and greatest research.
Technology has come so far, and it's one of those things where you can't live with it, can't live without it, right? But it can be so helpful.
It can be. I don't let it do my writing for me.
Right.
I've seen cases where a referral, there's an error in a referral that, oh, this is the sickliest patient that is barely alive, when they're actually a healthy teenager. And somebody didn't go over the work.
Yeah, it's just...
So I don't let my AI do my work. Not only that, it's right here. I control the database. I can control its behavior.
Awesome. What is one piece of advice you'd give to other entrepreneurs or small business owners?
One, join the chamber. That network is fantastic. Number 2, make time for the administration. I mean, I like, I take an hour every week, and that's just administration. And granted, my office manager / wife / tax accountant, takes care of a lot of it for me. She doesn't get it all.
Yeah. And
I wouldn't overload her like that. Make sure you have a good network of people. I came into town, when I first met Pam, I didn't know anybody. And
yeah. Chamber, admin duties, networking. Perfect.
And the reason I focus on the admin duties is, like, even my city business license. I open mail, I tend to put it in a pile and take it home. I don't even really look at it unless it's something cool. Well, let's face it, from the Elko County or the city of Elko, it's really not that interesting right off the bat. It's interesting to my wife, and something I should pay attention to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and after getting bit a couple of times doing that, I'm like, oh yeah, gotta pay attention to that.
There is, I think people, sometimes don't realize how much back office work goes into starting, owning, and running a business. It's a lot.
Yeah, I've actually simplified things. And when I first started, I had a WordPress plugin that was great. It was self-hosted. I rented a server. I put it on the back end of that server. It had a patient portal and everything with it. Now, I've discovered that it's just much easier, saves me a lot of time to have simple practice.
Absolutely.
And pay for for a HIPAA compliant back office. Because the hours that I was putting into that, there's a learning curve. I can save a lot more time, spend more time with patients if I'm not messing around with this.
Absolutely. Well, Mike, is there anything else you want anyone to know about you or your business before we wrap up?
I should have my PhD in July.
Perfect.
Right now, I'm doing a lot of senior veteran work.
Okay.
And I do offer discounts, the same discount for my seniors and my veterans.
Perfect. If there's anyone interested, how can they find you? Whether you have specific set office hours or, to reach out to you via your website or social media links, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
The best way to get in contact with me is through the website. there's a little book your appointment button, and that button takes you into a whole different world. That's my patient portal, my booking. It's also secure messaging, telehealth.
Perfect.
That's the easiest way to get hold of me. Picking up a phone is also another. I actually prefer a phone call over an email any day.
Absolutely.
Because I can fix something in 10 seconds versus, oh, I gotta wait for this person to read an email? Oh no. I've had it happen. And one of my wholesalers was a little slow on returning phone calls. So, yeah, I'd rather just pick up or returning emails, sorry. But not a phone call. Answer the phone every time. And, oh, hey, I need this done. Oh, done. 5 minutes later, it's solved.
Perfect. Well, I will make sure to put the link to your website and your phone number listed on this video. Everyone, again, my name is Katie Ashley. I'm with the Elko Area Chamber. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for all of the latest news on what we're doing and what our members are doing. Also, check out our website, elkonevada.com, for more information. Thanks, everybody.